Hey everyone, welcome to the Evolve Project. And welcome back from that opening. How cool that you're seeing me and I'm seeing you. How fun for you and how fun for me. Slightly more for you though. So let's see what video we have today. Who do we have now, Carrie?
Charlie.
I was kidding. It's just as fun for me too. This is Charlie, and Charlie asks this question.
Whether it be writing or creating videos or even creating programs at my school here, I always get caught up in like the how before I'm like established in the why, or like established in like the heart feeling and the creative feeling of it, and like get focused on the outcomes. So I guess my question is, what are some ways to stay in that, the real feeling of creativity for others and an expanded creativity? And what are the ways that you do it when you're creating your big Evolving Out Loud events? How do you stay in that heart center while you're doing all these tasks that are tougher or like not as super creative but that have to be done? How do you do all those tasks while you still stay in that creative blossoming heart feeling, or that center at least? So
Wow! How different would life be, first of all, if you're asking questions like this? This is so different than almost everyone's question of why me, or why do I always do this, or why, how are we going to stop this crappy thing from happening? How do I stay in a creative space so that I'm affecting the world? Like, think about that. Think about what his question is just like these questions and this audience and the people that are watching this. And if you're watching this and you're interested in this, that means you have accessed that part of you. That means even if you haven't used it completely, it's still there, because if you're watching this, you understand this is there. One of the things though that question reminded me of, and this similar question here, is basically, how do you not fall back into the other world? People go, when you get into this zone, how do you stop yourself from falling back into what they call the real world? And I think that's most people's problem, is they think that's the real world. They think that this world is the real world, the world of stress and pain and fear. And I think that the amount of leaps that I've taken in my life, and the amount of meditation I've done, and the amount of connecting, and the amount of creative play that has turned out to be the best way to do anything, is the real world. And the world of stress is a childhood survival mechanism that's making sure that it doesn't do something wrong so it won't get in trouble. And most people are working from not getting hurt instead of working from thriving, connecting, expanding. So understand, for me, I don't think of being in my head as going into the real world. In fact, when I get into a stressful place, I realize I'm in a lie. And so I sometimes sit with it, I sometimes love it, but I've trained myself to realize every painful moment that I'm in is an opportunity for me to grow. Every one. Any problem I have with anyone is my opportunity to love myself more. Because the only problem I have with any human being is a problem I have with myself. It's really true, because if you think of things that you don't like about someone, it'll be traits that you have. If you think to yourself right now, well, I hate when people blah, 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 I hate when people do this, no one ever says murderer unless they are a murderer. No one ever says certain things because they think, I hate when someone's late, or when someone talks too much, or when someone whatever, or is inauthentic. That's because there's parts of ourselves that we still don't like. So, and that is an opportunity for you to bring that up, become aware of it, realize that's not who you are, let that separate from you, and then when the second you're looking at it, it's now not a part of you. You're aware that you're looking at it, and you're the space that this thing is in, because you can see it. So you become the observer of it, not the thing. So when I'm doing my events, I know that every ounce of fear, pain, doubt is a lie. Every one of them. So when it shows up, I know that it's lying. I know that it's not true. I understand that what if they don't like me is a place that comes from a place of not enoughness, which is a belief that you learn when your parents were your God, your space of who you were. You thought who you were was what your parents thought of you, because the highest form of authority we understood was our parents. But they have all of their issues, and they have all the things from their childhood that they're still resolving. So they might had conditions in there. So you start to learn life has conditions. And so you mold yourself into whatever you need to mold yourself into to get love from there. And the more work you do, the more you meditate, the more you connect, you start to prove to yourself that all of the fears of what if someone doesn't like me, what if I do this wrong, what if whatever, is all a lie. Every limitation, every thought that's a limitation that you can come up with is a lie. So when you do that, you start to realize the only thing that's true is I'm just this moment. And when I'm just this moment, I can create everywhere. Everything is a creation. Even if I'm not paying attention to it, it's a creation. Like I could be working with the audience and I could be looking over the side and see creation happening where my other teammates are working with each other and loving each other. And what's amazing is love does really heal all things. And when we're doing our events, we move from a place of love. And we are blown away by the end of each event by all of the synchronistic healing moments or incredible things that happen throughout the event. All of the weird things that happen that took care of things and made us go to a new place, and how many of our fears all dissolve together. So what happens when you start doing the events is I'll be talking from a place of love, and then you'll start to see people in the audience go there, and the next thing you know, all of our teammates were hugging each other every 20 seconds. Like we're all backstage just like, how are you? Are you doing good? We're hugging each other like crazy people because we're all in a place where our bar is set from a place of love. So you can access that because that's what you are. And you access that by, one, letting go of things that stagnate your energy from feeling the love you are. Letting go of the things that don't serve you because you're only in those things because you don't believe that you're going to be taken care of and then you are love. So you hold on to things that stagnate your body and make you feel limited and make you feel like crap. And that's you proving and saying out loud to yourself or the universe or whatever you want that I'm not safe if I do what I love. That's what you're declaring to yourself. I'm not protected, I'm not taken care of if I do the thing I want to do. So the universe or yourself responds with, you got it. Since you're not safe, we better save our life all the time. So you go into a place of survival. And survival to me is a lie. And anytime I feel myself straining to do anything, I know I'm not supposed to do it. If I have to shrink myself to make something happen and make something work, I understand that I'm already lying to myself about what I am and what I'm safe doing. And even though it's under the name of getting security, I'm actually losing my real security because my security is in me. My security is in me feeling the lightness and connecting to the lighter things in my life that don't strain me, that don't stress me. So as I do that, the byproduct is all the things that happen at the event happen magically because I'm moving from a place of trust. I've been moving from a place of leaping out of things and meditation and proving to myself that I know that I'm taken care of. And then you go to a place where all you are is creativity. All you are is potential. All you are is love. And the world of fear doesn't exist anymore because fear only is needed for actual dangerous life-threatening moments. If you turn your head when you're driving, if you turn your head away and you turn back and the car in front of you stopped and you slam on your brakes, your body stops everything and it slams on the brakes. It takes 3 seconds for your body to just go, nah, that's it. That was all you needed. In other words, if you're in an actual emergency in your life, your body will save your life. It has you covered. It has you taken care of. Most of us are wasting our lives slowly trying to save our lives from things that aren't life-threatening. So we're going, what if they don't like me at work? I better save my life and intimidate and control people and lie and do these things because what if this happens? That's death to me, so I better save my life. Because you don't understand that your body knows how to save your life. And you're always safe. And so you can't manually save your life. But we've trained ourselves to think if I'm always in a place of fear, then I can be in a not enoughness. And then people can sell us things we don't need. You can have an addiction that takes care of that problem for 2 seconds. And then you can go back to the belief that you're not enough. So if you do the work and you leap out of things that don't fulfill you and you move towards your heart and you actually trust and you go to a place of creating and not fear and not as much consuming and more being your apple tree, the byproduct is you lose all those fears and life becomes this fun co-creation. That's life. And all of a sudden the events take care of themselves. Everything turns out to be synchronistic. Everything works. Everything just takes care of itself. This is the life that we're supposed to be living in, and it's available for everybody. And it's a choice of not listening to the fear and listening to the calling. That's all it is. Listen to the calling, and when the fear goes, yeah, but they might not like it, keep going. Apple trees don't care who likes their apples. They make apples. You make your apples. Do your thing, give your gift, and know that in that creativity, you're totally taken care of. I promise. Ba-da-ba-da, da-da-da.